Witchcraft Powers might be a little bit too good. This is a brand new character walking around in the Expert and Penitent difficulty with the basic Witchcraft Powers you get at the beginning, shredding. And as a little sneak peek already, they can also kill tormented bosses without using any abilities. You could jump all the way up to Penitent for the 175% bonus XP with a new character. I would recommend though to go for Expert because on Penitent things really die slowly and it's going to be annoying to kill the head bosses in the seasonal zones because they have so much HP shielding. I will just walk into the mobs and not use a single ability and they just die for 125% bonus XP. It's like playing with a second guy together. Like you're not alone, right? You're playing with someone together. And everything just, I'm not using anything. I'm not pressing a tower. I'm just using my potions here right now. And they all just keel over. And now if I actually do use my stuff, right? If I actually do use abilities, then things just die as if you're playing normal mode. And you're going to be leveling faster than ever while elites are still going down. And that's the part. Like usually elites are in the higher difficulties, especially at the beginning. They can be somewhat annoying, but hey, not if you actually have your stupid witchcraft powers just depleting their life. Now, if you would do this on the hard difficulty, they would pretty much just fall over. If you do this on normal, you can just stand AFK in the Helltide or wherever you want to be, and you can't be touched. Which witchcraft powers are we now using? How do you scale their damage? And are they still worth it in the endgame? The most important one to get early will be the Aura Siphoning. The Aura Siphoning surrounds you, dealing poison damage every second. Awesome. If you would upgrade this, it would even heal you. I wouldn't spend Restless Rott though to upgrade, just get more powers. Second one to get straight away is the Firebat Servant, to just have them go down and eat everything up. They'll be especially useful against elites and bosses. Then with Reputation 3 and 5, you're unlocking even more witchcraft powers, and you'll get them super quick by just doing some whispers. Now you can get yourself the Wave of Woe. Your skills launch a Wave of Woe when they deal damage, dealing an additional 10 shadow damage, then bouncing between nearby monsters of the same family. Useful. Even better though is the lifelink. You automatically link yourself with up to 3 surrounding monsters. When you take damage, you deal 1100% of it to your linked targets. Really good in Expert because they do a lot of damage. In Penitent, it's not so good because they do so much damage that they might actually kill you. Again, those head rotten bosses. In Expert, it's fine. They damage themselves immensely. In Penitent, they'll just nuke you. And lastly, I invested in the Decay Augmentation. Your witchcraft effects deal an additional 21% of their base damage over 5 seconds. This damage is dealt as bleeding, burning, poisoning, or shadow damage over time depending on your class. Probably bleeding for us. And it's just bonus damage. Alternative, you could take the Frog, who deals bonus poison damage over time. Very good versus bosses as well. And if he dies, he would explode. Now, how do we scale the damage? This is my highest level character right now. We deal 629 poison damage. There is 1,500 fire damage and 5,000 poison damage on the Frog. And we're currently playing a two-handed sword, 800 item power. Let's swap that over to a 750 item power weapon currently. Okay, so that'd be either 73 damage per second more or 73 damage per second less. And that directly affects how much damage we're dealing with our abilities. Suddenly it's 614. Instead of the 629 we've had before. With a wand and a focus, for example, right now, 38 damage less. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it's suddenly only 493 poison damage. Two-handed weapons seem to be absolutely the vibe. That's only 4,000 damage on the Poison Frog. I get any of my two-handed weapons in, even the 751, and we do 1,000 damage more. Which means for your new leveling character, whatever you're planning to do, slap on a two-handed weapon and get your aura siphoning as high as possible. We could obviously invest even more Restless Rott. I mean, this is right now with 25, I'm getting another 60 damage, and another 60 damage, and another. Right? The scaling that it has is quite significant. Like 4 points in, and we went up from the 600 to the 800. Early on. Crazy. Now you're going to say, but Pony, I don't have that much Restless Rott to upgrade my abilities. There's a solution for that. Step number 1, drink a draught of Whispers. doubles the chance of encountering a forgotten altar in Sanctuary's many dungeons. Any dungeon, better chance for altars. More importantly though, additionally increase the chance of encountering a fugitive head by 50%. Fugitive heads can drop from these head-rotten bosses in the seasonal zones, or if you do one of the Roothold dungeons. And with these fugitive heads at Jelena, you can either craft yourself these magic gems that make your character better, or transform them later into the rare and legendary gems, or simple matter of fact, you can just get yourself a rotting cache. That's for one head, one cache. And this cache provides you with 250, actually 300 Restless Rott. That would be tons of upgrades for my Aura of Siphoning. The Rott itself drops from the headless bosses too. You can get it out of Whisper caches and from the Tree of Whispers itself. Also, the Coven's Favor gives you some of those too. The good thing is, this can be used alongside other elixirs. Drink yourself your standard XP one and then slam on a Draught of Whispers and always have it with you. If you're in these headhunt zones, if you're doing the Rootholds, drink the Draught of Whispers. Never not have it activated. Now, what about the late game? Let me actually pull out my skeletons and my golem. That's my main damage, right? I'm a summoner necro. We're currently playing the frog with the bat together with the Aura Siphoning into decay augmentation. We talked about it. You make everything stronger. And also lifelink. And we'll summon in Torment 1, Mr. Varshan. Varsh. I'm going to go with that. And instead of like doing anything, I'll just, have my, just circle him, just run around, just have my abilities hurt him. That's Torment 1, okay? And I just have an 800 item power weapon. Well, 8 times Masterwork, so we push that quite upwards. And yet, alone with the powers, I can win this. And if I add now, well, bonus powers to that, I mean, Torment 4 is going to be easier than ever. More DPS versus bosses in the pit. The powers will never not be useful. And we haven't even touched the lost powers yet, like Breath of the Coven, Hack Specialization, or Aura Specialization, which will have you deal another 35% increased critical strike damage to enemies within your auras. Or I get critical strike chance against enemy afflicted by your hexes. It's just going to make me even more powerful. I could get the Parnado that does 71,500 physical damage over 12 seconds, while this one does only 2,860 orb damage, or 4,000 poison damage over time. That's the base ability. That's not even the upgraded abilities for more damage. I mean, my Aura Siphoning is level 4. My Decay Augmentation is level 1. My Bat is level 1. There's, it's 12. It could be 12 attacks, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's so much more power to gain. I could probably nuke a tier 4 boss with just the witch powers. I leveled in 3 hours from 1 to 16, and I think we could do it even faster. This is nuts, and I'm loving it. If you're now looking for a build 2 level with this, how about our Summoner Necro? I hope this could help you. Have a fantastic good day. Enjoy.